Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Today, for your political tarot buffet, if you're watching this on replay, or actually, if you're watching here with me live, hello. I've got all 12 questions down in the description box. It's kind of first come, first serve. Although Kathy Anderson just it just came up with a question I really cannot avoid. And but if you're watching on replay, you can go down into the description box. Everything's timestamped. You can just click on the numbers, go straight to what you're interested in. So, and every day, just pick and choose what you'd like. I'm here 365 days of the year. Okay. Mandy has a question about Stacey Abrams becoming. Actually, there were a couple of different questions about people winning elections. I have decided that I am going to, for who's going to win certain elections, I am going to switch over to astrology, relying on astrology, because I find the tarot is not necessarily it's not really my strong suit, but if I look at the astrology, I usually have a better sense of what's going to happen. So give me some time. I'll make a note. Actually, I will get out a little Post-it note here. Here. And Stacey Abrams. Because the governor for Georgia, the election isn't until like 2024, right? So we do have some time, but I've got a note. It's going right here. It's going right there. Okay. So I got that. Oh, good, Mandy. Okay. Yes, I've been waiting to wear this top. I love this thing. How cool is that? I love it. It's the little headless kitty and the little kitty witch. And there's a little kitty mummy right there. And the thing that absolutely kills me dead. It's hard to see, but if you look close, see he's got whittle teeth. Just little Dracula kitty has just whittle teeth. It is the cutest thing. So anyway, I'm an adult. I can handle it. But it's so cute. Okay, Kathy, good for the astrology. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are okay with that. So, and then the nails are just some nice Halloween nails. Kind of hard to see. There's like a moon here, and they're little jack-o'-lantern faces, but they just seem like the perfect thing to go with the top. So here we are. And yes, Vampire. Sharon Catwoman said, I like that. Vampire. I love that. Sorry, the phone's not mine. I was going to say something, and no, my brain just went poof. But here we are. All right, I've got your questions, and okay, it stopped. Thank you. All right. Today is, where was it? Today's Ashley's birthday. She has asked me to sing. I will do that when I'm shuffling for the first question, because if you guys request it, if you give me a real name or give me a first name, not the full thing. I'm not asking for your address and your social security number. No, just a first name. If you give me a real first name and you'd like me to sing happy birthday for you, I will be happy to do that. And then the other people who regularly make fun of me for the way I sing happy birthday can get their joy out of the day too. Kathy Anderson has had a scare. COVID response called, I've been exposed by a veterans the VA, exposed by a VA employee, the driver. Emergency COVID test at nearest VA from my car. 30 seconds, test up the nose. Oh, negative. Thank heavens. Thank heavens. I'm glad you're okay. That makes me crazy, but I'm glad you're okay. Okay, so there's that. And just for giggles, ready? I should just make a note. It's not a reading, but I'll make a note anyway. Jim Jordan, this is an actual title. Jim Jordan makes his move as the GOP's most blank anti-vaxxer. He's got stiff competition from the likes of Republican trolls Greg Abbott and Kristi Noem, but the former wrestling coach is rolling up his sleeves and going for it, according to the Daily Beast. So I thought I'd share that. I thought that was a good way to put that. Oof. Okay. So we are going to start with a question that's actually left over from yesterday that I really wanted to get to. Cy Vance, we're actually running up into 2 deadlines. This is one of them. Cy Vance is leaving at the last day of the year, and we are officially in the second half of October. So not a ton of time left. But we'll get to that. But anyway, before I do read on that though, for Ashley, happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Ashley! Happy birthday to you, and many more. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sorry, I was off key there for a second. Okay. Oh, Ashley, good. Okay. All right, 8 minutes in. Cy Vance's last day in office is nearly upon us. And as Kristen pointed out, not a word out of him about Deutsche Bank. Thank you, guys. Not a word about Deutsche Bank. So, Cy, hello. You are the district attorney of Manhattan, and that's where the big bank stuff goes down. And Deutsche Bank, anybody? And anybody? Bueller? Vance, Deutsche Bank? Speaking Sie Deutsche Bank? Sorry. I should have resisted, but I couldn't. Judgment. Okay. Boy, we are going hard on Halloween here today. Between the top and the nails and the cards and the... 'tis the season. Judgments. Oh, well, Deutsche Bank, it's like it regularly gets fined for money laundering. And I don't understand how they continue to allow Deutsche Bank to exist. How the Germans allow it, how international banks allow it. This bank is nothing but problematic. And they just get fined and fined and fined and fined. They're fool me once. Queen of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. So fruits of labor. There's the moon. Oh, there's much of that. Howling at the moon. Nine of Wands. Yeah, just keep finding them. Three of Wands. And they just keep on keeping on. They get fined, they get beaten up, but then they just keep taking that money from overseas. Just oligarchs, just send your ill-gotten gains here. This is Vance looking the other direction at all of these ill-gotten gains. Jeanette says, I think Deutsche Bank is covered by the feds of the state. A regulation of them, or rather they're, yeah, well, I don't know. Somebody would have to, because international banking, from what little I know, New York City is the international sort of banking capital of the world. London's trying really hard, but if you're a bank and New York says you're done, you're pretty much done on the big stage. But Scott says the bank manages to fall through the international cracks that are massive bribes. Yep. Any more on Deutsche Bank? Judgment card again. Eight of Wands, the Sun, and the Page of Wands. More will come to light. And and the judgment is, and that's it. Yeah. Anybody holding their breath for Deutsche Bank to be held accountable? Oh, yeah, I know it's German. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn has all the details. Deutsche Bank AG is a German multinational investment bank and financial services company headquartered in Frankfurt, Germany. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And why are the Germans putting up with it? How many times? Yeah. Anyway. There's 3 cards on Deutsche Bank in general. Just going to continue on with your wicked ways, huh? 8 of Wands. No, 8. Knight of Wands. Sorry. Knight of Wands. Okay, for the reading. Star. 5 of Cups. Oops. Ace of Swords. Eventually the truth they'll clear out, but it's so far down the line. Mainly it's going to be a big, oh, we laundered all that money again. Oopsies. Getting really tired of corruption being ignored. But Jeanette says, regulation-wise, I think it's complicated when you're national, local, and state. Okay. Mandy says, it feels as though either we are surrounded by incompetence or dishonesty. Marisa Vance. Well, that's where that starts. The other more pressing, actually, I'm going to jump to this because I am unhappy. At 15 minutes, let me go down to here. It's about Trump. Bannon, Biden, conservatives. Here we go. 1530. Okay. Yeah, Michael Cohen, mea culpa guy. He went to prison for the illegal payments to Stormy Daniels, right? And he wasn't. He was doing it on behalf of, I think they called it Individual One. Could have been co-conspirator one, but Individual One. He was doing that on his behalf. So you would think that Individual One would also get into a lot of trouble. Well, Individual One could not be arrested or indicted. So they waited. Here's the thing. The statute of limitations on what Michael Cohen did runs out in like 11 days. If they don't indict Trump within the next, say, 11 days, statute of limitations, what he did with Stormy Daniels, gone. Vance. Somebody. Robin E. says, I think there was a check signed by Donald to Cohen at a later date. I hope that helps, but are they going to indict Individual One for what Cohen that went to prison for before the statute of limitations runs out? Robin says it would extend it until August of next year. Let's hope. Page of Cups. That's Trump's flunky, Michael Cohen, who's a very emotional little thing. He really is. Sorry, my stomach's growling. The devil. 10 of Wands. It's just a burden. There's a lot going on. 9 of Pentacles. Yes, because he's still swanning around free. High Priestess. And the Hierophant. There is so much corruption that Trump is guilty of. It's like trying to walk around, you're just dropping things because there's so much. But he's still swanning around. This actually feels like Stephanie, I think her name is, the woman who went by the name Stormy Daniels. This actually feels like her. And here is institution. This is the government. But I'm not feeling the through line from here to here. Let me see what else I can find out. Thank you, guys. I plan for October months in advance. Robin saying I guess the last check was August 1st, 2017 for $35,000. Well, let's hope. Do I have the original link here? I try to put the original link in. Yes, Daily Beast. In the description box is the link to the Daily Beast article. If anybody, there, I just made sure I saved it. So if anybody wants to have a look, maybe it explains something better, but maybe I missed something. I'm not infallible. Oh, nay. Dave says if they don't hold Trump accountable, he'll be back in 2024. Joan Lee says the government as a mummy. That says something. Oh, Stephen is recommending Adele's Easy on Me music video. Oh, fantastic. I will have to check that out. So, actually holding Trump accountable for this. You've shown temperance. This isn't temperance if time runs out. King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Okay, that's good. That's good. And Queen of Cups. I think there may be something coming. I think they might actually still indict him for that. I'll have to ask. This afternoon, we had to delay. So this afternoon, 3 o'clock, I will be over with Lori. And on the way of positive change. So I'm really looking forward to that. I just adore her. She's so sweet. And I'll ask Lori if we can look at that. There is so much legal stuff coming at Trump that the energy can be hard to read on sometimes. Because it's a feeling like, yes, there's a huge thing coming, but then it's like, wait a second. But is that the business thing, or is that the so many laws broken? Thank you, Marby. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I agree, Dave. I don't understand how they can allow someone to run for office and state that they won't accept the results if they don't win. Or just let people run to office when they've such a criminal history. So I think I'm going to have to wait until this afternoon for this one. And maybe if Vance is, if everything going forward on Tuesday is going to push the stuff against Trump out there. Strength, checking the strength. Hanged Man, Death card. Lovers. It feels like there's a case here, and her energy's here. So doesn't feel like it's tomorrow, but it feels like eventually. So all right. Okay. Oh, there was something in the chat I just saw that reminded me of a really bad joke. Do you want to hear a really bad joke? So, a vampire is talking to his son, trying to explain to him the facts of life. And the father says, well, son, when two vampires love each other very, very much, son says, they do the mash. And the father nods and says, yes, they do the monster mash. You can unsubscribe now. I totally understand. All right, 25 minutes in. Okay. Lynn had a question. Will the Republicans not vote because Trump told them not to? Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. If I can make you smile, it's a good day. I know, it was very, very bad. Unsubscribing, says John. Totally farewell. Okay, so will the... Oh, it's going to be actually only 26. Will the Republicans stay home? Will enough Republicans that it makes a difference to say, well, Trump said we shouldn't vote, so we're not going to vote. TTN, we still love you. You're very generous. So Republicans going to stay home because Trump said you shouldn't vote. Why does it feel like it's only 3 cards? Okay, it's only 3 cards. Fruits of labor. I don't know if it's, I'm just so used to seeing the 7 of Pentacles. But this time, for some reason, those pumpkins, yes, they don't have pentacles on them, but they feel blank. Oh, like a ballot. Okay. The Thief card, 7 of Swords. So there's this they're thinking the election was stolen. It wasn't, but okay. 5 of 5 of Wands, trying to stir up trouble and be difficult. 8 of Wands. Far right, feeling like we have to do something. It's been stolen. We have to do something. We have to do something. How about just voting and letting other people vote too? My gosh, the sheer number of people who they drank the Kool-Aid. They've drunk Trump Kool-Aid. Devil. Oh, look, can I point out, just because it's cute, the cat, like, oh, found a mouse. So, anyway. 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Oh. The elections are stolen from us, taken from us. This is the miser. No matter what we do, it's not going to work. Page of Swords. Only naive people vote because the swords are the cards I get for voting. They're mad. They might stay home. Some of them might stay home or just get disgusted. But they start believing wholeheartedly that it doesn't matter if you vote. They won't. Yeah, orange Kool-Aid. Whoa. All right. Many cards falling out. Page of Pentacles. Young people vote. Young, naive people. Naive people vote. Four of Cups, that's a refusal. Three of Wands. You know, the thing about this deck, there are no ships in the water. This is not somebody's ships coming in. Government. Yeah, I'm getting heavy-duty hatred of government. I was reading an article about how angry people are, and they're lashing out at servers and flight attendants and anybody and everybody. And part of it is has to do with coming out of the lockdowns from last year and having been so scared and having been so isolated and having trouble reintegrating in society. Some of it is they're just not processing their fears properly. And some of it is a sense of entitlement. And that's just not going to fly anymore. So, okie dokie. Oh, Lynn in the chat has a kitten story. Oh, 32, 30. Okay. Have you guys heard about Wolff's new book? And that's the thing about Wolff. His last book, apparently it was basically right, but he will like paraphrase and get. So how much can we really trust what he says? And if he knew stuff before, why hasn't he brought it out sooner? So anyway, apparently when Bannon was in trouble, now correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I read, when Bannon was in trouble originally for stealing all that money, he contacted Epstein to find out what Epstein had on Trump. And at first I thought, when I heard that Bannon had contacted Epstein to find out what Epstein had on Trump, if anything, I assumed it was, he's going to protect the Fuhrer. No, apparently it was to get dirt on him and Bill Clinton. Because Trump is apparently fixated on Bill Clinton, and any dirt he could come up with on Bill Clinton, Trump would want to hear. But Bannon himself was in trouble, and if there was something he could hold over Trump's head, maybe that would help him. It starts getting very convoluted very quickly. And allegedly, according to Wolff, grain of salt, anyone, but according to Wolff, Bannon, because Wolff overheard this conversation, Wolff went to Epstein's $75 million Manhattan mansion and overheard a conversation with Bannon or something. And Bannon said, you are the only one I was afraid of speaking out when Trump was running for president. And according to Wolff, Epstein said, well, you should have been. Okay, if this happened way back when, and why didn't Wolff say something sooner? And so I want 3 cards on just, is Wolff telling the truth? Did this actually happen? And then we'll ask about the book in general and something else he said in the book. But is it true that everyone should have been afraid of what Epstein could say about Trump? Ace of Wands. Feels a little self-congratulatory, let's just put it that way. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. One of the reasons Epstein was able to do what he did for as long as he did was he did know about, he did have, let's just call it compromat. It's a great word. Compromat on very rich and powerful men about what they were doing. This is a Page of Cups. Page. Young Page. And Middle America would have been outraged. Middle America, meaning, as they put it, meaning people with a conscience, empathy, decency, ethics. Yeah. I don't know exactly what kind of things Epstein had on Trump. I really don't want to go there. Thank you, Black Cat. But is this really, what is this? Is Wolff actually telling the truth? Can we trust what he's saying here? There's this little edge of people hearing what they want to hear. Queen of Cups, 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Basically, there's a sort of hit and miss, sorry, a slight hit and miss, but it's not overwhelming, but yeah. So, so about this new book by Wolff, we're at 39. Let's have a look here. 39. Apparently, according to Wolff, Titus says, why did Barr visit Epstein? No, this was Wolff visiting Epstein. But speaking of Barr, apparently Wolff said Epstein bragged that Barr was in charge, not Trump. Well, in charge? Well, Barr certainly has a huge amount of power, certainly had a huge amount of power. King of Wands, Hanged Man, Knight of Swords, Hierophant. Okay, I'm not getting an answer to that question. I'm getting that Trump was able to skate past this because Epstein didn't make it. So, how explosive is Wolff's book going to be? Can it be trusted? Oh boy. Linda Kingsley saying I can go down the rabbit hole with this energy, but I'm doing my best to keep my distance. Good idea. Would you mind keeping part of my energy with you where it's safe? Wolff's book. Oh, his last name's Wolff. I forget his first name, to be honest. He wrote a book a couple of years ago about the Trump White House. He was made fun of on SNL, where someone was pointing out something that was in the book, and they said, "That's true, right?" And he went, "Yeah." Thank you, Linda. So Wolff's book. Can we trust it? Will it have an impact? Ten of Swords. It can do some damage. It can do some damage to somebody. But also, if that happened then, why have you waited until now? If you heard something like that, why wouldn't you bring that out before the 2020 election? I'm not giving money to these people who stood by and let all of this happen, and then Johnny-come-latelys at the end are like, "Oh, I saved us. I knew insider information." Yeah, and you didn't say a word. Six of Cups, Empress, Five of Cups, Emperor, Hermit. Excuse me. Six of Cups. People want to read it. Americans wanting to read it. A little disappointing. That's not a massive card. That's not a, shiver me timbers, blow your house down. It's just a, about the Emperor. This is the end card, but it's not. This feels like the strongest card here. Meh. But there's definitely something in there, because right underneath it, it's what's behind it. Because what's behind, it's doing some damage, and I've got a Justice card right behind that. So there are other things about to happen that are worse than this, but it's not going to help. It is going to isolate, and also it's people throwing up smoke screens. Oh, I wasn't a part of that. Yes, you were. You were in the middle of it, and you said nothing. In a sense, it's worse than cowardice. It's not, oh gosh, I'm afraid. It's, hey, maybe if I keep my mouth shut, there might be some good for me over there if Trump stays in, or if Trump stays in power. Or maybe I can make some more money if I don't say anything now. Really. Considering what we've been through in the last 4 years. Sit down. Kashmir says, name one of the authors who've come out with books that came forward. Exactly. Whew. Okay. 4530. I love this. 4530. Apparently, there's talk amongst conservatives to potentially launch. This kills me. Because I know you guys. I know you'll be able to come up with some great names for this. Apparently, there's talk of Republicans possibly creating an anti-vax airline. I will leave you to name it. I am sure you will come up with wonderful, wonderful things. Now, you have to understand, full disclosure, I worked on the edges of the airline industry for quite a few years. My ex-husband is a commercial pilot. I worked the front desk at an FBO where the private planes come in. I've worked the front desk at a flight school. I've had a couple of flying lessons. Plague Air, Scotia Sweetie. Yeah, that's good. Desrat, Fly Me to the Goon. That's good. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Scott saying Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Air. Mm-hmm. B saying Viral Air. Michael is suggesting cough lines. The Scotia Sweetie suggesting the not so friendly skies. Doxy is saying, oh boy, flying petri dishes. It is extraordinarily different to keep airlines going, let alone start one. It is an uphill battle like you would not believe to keep the airlines going. So, Flying Monkey. Okay, Michael's suggesting Flying Monkey Airways. Dawn says Choked Airways. Airways, Choked Airways. I get it. Yeah. So, I have 3 cards, and there's just the energy is just a big no way. No way. No. Mm-mm. Oh, nay. Jane is suggesting Fever Fly. Black Cat. Blue Chair is suggesting, how about COVID Air? Doxy Mom is, Teresa's suggesting Flatline. I like you guys. Michael saying Fly the Fascist Skies. Yes. And, but there was, Doxy Mom's pointing out, what kind of liability disclaimer would you have to have? This is a total non-starter. The liability, the amount of money it takes to set up an airline, let alone keep it running. And plus you have FAA regulations. And oh my gosh. And the US has some of the least regulation of the airlines in the world, government regulation. I'm not saying they have none. They've got really good safe. It is actually really safe to fly in jet. I mean, like before COVID, it was actually really safe to fly. I've known a lot of pilots, and I know the training they get. You're actually in good hands. It's the truth. But this is, Kevin's suggesting coffin carriers. Kat is suggesting scare lines. Oh, that was good. Scotia Sweetie, right wing. Right wing is great. Or right wing fly fling. I like that. Jolie suggesting ventilator voyage. TMA suggesting incubate air. Donna is saying, I will continue to drive. Paula suggesting ventilator voyage. Brenda's suggestion is pigs might fly. And DDN's flu airlines fly with flu. Scotia Sweetie is recommending unmuzzled air. Oh, yeah. Who? And exactly, Lisa, what countries would accept flights from them? Yes. Apple says just go straight for emergency room. Apple suggesting death row. Michael saying, yes, right-wing airways, goose-stepping you to Valhalla. Teresa's Reich wing. Yes. See, I knew you guys would be able to. Catherine saying Con Air. There you go. Michael, yeah, I don't use that term, Michael. But yes. Okay. So 4 of Ghosts. Hey, we've got an idea. No. Actually, it might be, these are the airlines. Hey, just put on a mask and you can come join. No, I'm not going to. Ace of Swords, the World, and King of Pentacles. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, but you can sure try if you've got a mind to do it. Somebody wants to throw millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars at this. Go right ahead. But this is vaccines, and this is the world. I hope you enjoy flying from here to there. Our flight time today will be 20 minutes. We will not be leaving the country. Thank you for flying right wing. Free ivermectin for all passengers, Toxie Mom is suggesting. Jane says wrong wing. There's that. Yeah. Holly's saying ventilators and coffins not included in the price of your ticket. Or yes, good point. Very, very good point, Stephen. Just call it Trump Air. Okay. At 53 and a quarter. I love you guys. 53 and a quarter. Well, let's do 53.30. Will Biden be able to circumvent Congress to strengthen oversight on Section 230? Basically, the whistleblower that came out against Facebook, Biden's trying to figure out a way to see if there's some way he can combat the kinds of things Facebook's been doing through like the FTC, rather than having to go through Congress and fight that whole mess. So is he going to any... Oh, yes. S-Barb. Oxygen masks optional. Okay. All right. You guys are great. Is Biden going to have any luck? Using FTC or some other means to try to rein in all of the misinformation and the social media giants saying, it makes us money, who cares? Oh, I like that viola. Aerosol. Okay, burden. Right wing, the burden, it's too much stuff, so much information. How much of it is good? People picking up any information they haven't. Oh, I read that. Oh, I read that. Oh, I read that. Even when it's garbage. No discernment. 4 of Wands. This is Trump's base, and they're loving it. It's fun for them. Queen of Pentacles, Republicans. 8 of Wands. These cards, I'm asking about Biden trying to fight disinformation. These are just cards of disinformation. Just going and going and going. Try again. So is Biden going to have any luck trying to rein in social media companies who are not doing really much of anything to actually stop the levels of disinformation? 6 of Cups. And that's the thing. It's thing is that Facebook reached a pinnacle, certainly in the US. And for me, the main reason I was on there was it allowed me to talk to people family members that I hadn't talked to in years, and keep up with what was going on in the family. And then I made friends with some of my coworkers, and it was just nice. And then there were groups, and you could set up your own group. And I mean, that's how I met Sarah, my bestie. That's what that was. What is this garbage? So this is the Facebook I knew, but that's not what it is now. There's the Sun, 10 of Swords, High Priestess. This actually feels like the secrets. It's like, oh no, we're transparent. No, you're not. This actually feels like a rule being changed so the social media companies can be sued in a way that they're protected from now. That's what that feels like. Because then when it gets to reach the point where it's not viable, yes, Taylor, it is about the pentacles. It's about the money. That would be the president. Queen of Wands. 2 of Swords. It's a legal decision. 4 of Cups. Yeah, you're ruining the party. This far right garbage is just ruining social media. And and this is a legal decision where it's like you want to start spreading this stuff. There'll be people who will I think there's going to be change here. I'm not saying it's going to be the be all and end all, and I think Congress will go through the roof, but Donna's saying to Serena, Autumn is an everyday reader. If you have questions, put them in all caps early on the post. 12 reads per day. 12 questions per day. Yes. I'm an everyday reader. I do read every day. I'm here every day, but every day. It makes me sound very common. She's one of those. Are there other readers who read every day? I don't know of any. Bethany says, how is the Queen of Pentacles disinformation? I understand her as a bounty, a kind, steady parent, an animal lover. I'm reading on the energy and how the cards are interplaying with each other. because I'm reading about, is because it's disinformation from the right that is causing the problem and ruining what would otherwise be a nice place to find out, what your aunt and uncle have been up to. So you have to base the interpretation of the card on what you're reading, what different things would symbolize different parts of that question, and how the energy's flowing. Okay. Johnny, Grandma Rose says Johnny's on a lot, but I don't know about every day. He is on a lot. Milu, is Milu on every day? Oh, thank you, Kevin. I didn't know that. Lynn says my daughter, who's 15, checks into this channel just to see the nail and the shirt and the hair. She made me on a Sims? Are you serious? How cool is that? Diamond. That's cool. Anyway. All right. Okay, 10130. Fire Sky had a question. 10130. Will GOP voters turn out for 2022? What about Democratic turnout? Good question. Teresa says, guess you're famous now. You're adorable. You want to talk about famous? Linda G, whose channel is quite literally 5 times as big as mine. And bless her. Bless you, Linda G. You do good work. Bring a lot of people a lot of comfort. Michael says, I'm almost famous. Does that count? My face is at the post office. Doxy Mom says, you're officially an influencer now. That's funny. All right. Okay. 103 GOP voter turnout. Thank you, guys. You're so great, and you're so kind to me. Thank you. All right. Will GOP voters turn out? Well, GOP voters, okay, Democratic voters here on the left, turn out for the Democrats, turn out for the Republicans in 2022. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Dave. Democratic turnout here. Democratic turnout for voting in 2022. Wow, there's something very dry. DDN, you are a hidden gem. Kathy Anderson says, I'm eye candy. Bless you. Republican turnout in 2022. Ooh, boy. This does not feel like election days of yore. This is people who, on both sides, who are, get out of my way, I am going to vote. It's like, whoa. Everybody have some decaf. Queen of Wands. Why are you here? You are people who are politically married to Trump. Okay. Democratic turnout. 9 of Pentacles. Hanged Man, Ace of Swords, the World, Knight of Wands. Oh, they're going to, the certain states were going to try to block voting. Yeah, that's not going to, good luck, because this is the card for voting. This is an actual vote. And it's going to be vast numbers of people voting. Even though the Republicans are trying to stop them, they can't quite. This knight cannot compete with this major arcana world here. And no matter how much it looks like the Republicans and the people on the far right, that they look like, oh, they've got this sewn up. They don't. So for voting, no, they can't get in from the sides to influence, to stop it. I'll take it. Lots and lots and lots of people voting. Okay. Republicans. Republican turnout for the 2022 election. 10 of Wands. You guys certainly got a burden. And his name is Trump. Ace of Pentacles. My second favorite card in this deck. It's just so cute. With that little happy, that little smiling skull candy in the top and the back. It's just adorable. With a little black cat at the bottom. But anyway. But we're reading about Republican turnout. So that's the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a whole lot of doing the thing. Strength. But checking, questioning the legitimacy, questioning the, we really do need a better term than Karen, because they're nice people named Karen. Whatever the nice term for that is, that's just entitled. 2 of Pentacles, it unsteady, very unsteady energy. And 6 of Pentacles. My actual favorite card in this deck. Well, just handing out candy to little kids. Very sweet. But anyway, there's definitely voting, but there's mostly going to be a lot of complaints about and talk about legitimacy of elections. There's no evidence of fraud. There's no evidence of fraud. No matter how many times you say there is, that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it true. So burden, they want to vote, but they're questioning the vote, which leaves things kind of dodgy. And there will be some voting, but that's straightforward. Republicans are going to try to get in the way of Democrats voting, but this feels stronger. I think this is stronger than this, because they're not using that strength as in quiet the orange beast in your own party. No, that's the questioning. Is this healthy? This doesn't look healthy. Cravens. Oh, I like that. Cravens. Doxymon. Yeah. I like that. We need to make that a thing. We need to make fetch happen. Cravens. Yep. Oof. Foggy Ozark. That's interesting. I'll have to come back and check that out. Frida Smet says, I like the clown in this deck. It reminds me of Trump in a onesie. It does. All right. Onward and upward. It's 1:10:30. Where are we? I didn't miss any. I don't think I missed anything. Okay, here we are. 1:10:30. What is the committee going to decide to do about Bannon on Tuesday night? And will he come to his senses first? So when Bannon said, nope, not doing it. Not a Karen, a craven. That's the term we're gonna start using. They're not Karens, they're cravens. There, okay. So Bannon basically said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not coming in. You can't make me. Just as an adult away as that. So the committee has said Tuesday night we're having our meeting. Apparently it's a public meeting. That's what they were saying. And they are talking about they will vote to hold Bannon in criminal contempt. They're not doing the civil one, which would put him directly into a holding cell. Yes, they're going for the criminal one, as in refer it to the DOJ. The DOJ convene a grand jury, I guess, in Washington, D.C. So on Tuesday, what are they going to decide to do about Bannon? Or is he going to come to his senses between here and there and say, you know what? I got my boost in viewership of my podcast. I'm that much closer to being the next Rush Limbaugh. I don't want to get sucked into this mess. I've got stuff to do. I doubt it, but influencer. I can't influence my cats. Hey, come here, sweetie. Ignored. No, yeah, he's questioning the system, questioning the legitimacy, questioning. Ace of Pentacles. He thinks it's going to be a big payday for him. But I don't think so, because I got a 3 of Swords there. A 10 of Swords in the middle. A 7 of Swords there, which is a thief. And the High Priestess. Yeah, this is the plan. I'm gonna go up against them. I'm gonna question everything. See, that's what I'm gonna do. Ha ha ha! I'm gonna get all these viewers, and that's what we did before. No. Sit down. Sit. No, this is legal pain. So I think Bannon's actually going to be a little bit surprised when they call his bluff, is what it feels like. It's nice to talk about doing something like that, but then to actually do it. Don says he's been in jail once. He thinks he'll just pop back for a bit. Then in 22 or 24, he'll get pardoned again. Yes, Kathy. Sit down on the hot seat. Scotia Sweetie saying relevance by scandal. Yes. you're going to be out in the cold. Queen of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Moon. See, this is the Republicans thinking that they're going to play games. They're going to do what they did when Trump was in office. They're going to play games. They're going to delay. They're going to do the thing. And they're going to be really, really upset when it doesn't work, because this is the committee. And even though this is Cups, and Cups are usually Democrats, that's Liz Cheney, and she's had enough. You guys messed with the wrong woman. You done messed up in so many ways. Okay. CC Ryder, every committee member better vote yes on submitting referral to the DOJ. Yes, I agree with you on that. Okay, 1/16/30. ABC had a question. Was Bannon involved in the pipe bomb? The bombs, I think, would be the question, because there were 2 of them. I've never seen anything like that, but I've never asked. Steve Bannon in some way involved or knowledgeable of the pipe bombs. January 5th, the night of the January 5th. Pipe bombs. Ace of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. Emperor. Lovely. Yeah, that means a lot. It really does. I've thought long enough. The back of the card. I don't think so. He was doing his own nefarious stuff. That's not a bomb. That's riling up the masses. He's gonna have his own legal knives to dodge there. And this temperance, it's not really temperate, but it's more temperate than being a part of setting a bomb. As far as like instant action, but obviously what they did at the insurrectionists did caused death, damage, PTSD. Yeah. What they did for Trump. That's what I'm getting for that. Okay. 119. B. Smith was asking, does Bannon think he's Q? We don't actually know who Q is, do we? Same way we don't know who the head of Antifa is. Please. There isn't one. I think he's Q. King of Cups. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. No, this isn't Q. This is trying to taking the pieces that are out there and trying to organize them. And ultimately, he wants a payday. Ultimately, that's what he really wants the most. He wants to be rich. I think he wants to be rich more than anything else. I would have thought he would want to live in a fascist white supremacy state, but actually he wants that, but it's the money he really wants, even more than that. Okay, two more questions, and they're good ones. 12030. 12030. Hippie Sue had a question. Are the Flynn boys being investigated by either the government or the military? So we'll do older brother Michael here, younger brother Charles here, I believe. That's how that works. So, Michael Flynn, Charles Flynn, are you under investigation? Oh, I just got some really nasty energy. It's like, oh, pond, big, deep pond scum garbage in third eye. Wow. Right there. Yuck. All right, Michael Flynn, you're being investigated. Charles Flynn, are you being investigated? Moon. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of chaotic energy. Michael Flynn has got some anger issues, some revenge fantasy things going on. Charles Flynn is head of the Pacific Fleet. Something, I don't know. I can't remember exactly. Something along those lines. But this is insurrection. This is chaos. This is Charles. If he would be investigated, it may have a lot to do with he was on the phone call when they called in and asked the Pentagon for help with the insurrection, and they said no. So all the chaos going there. And then Michael Flynn was a part of the chaos. So, Michael Flynn, are you being investigated? It feels like a yes. And then I've got investigators right there. This is Trump. This is the actions, because Flynn was actually pushing Trump to be even more authoritarian and not relinquishing power. And trying to get Trump to go along with that. Those are investigators right there. Okay. Charles Flynn, King of Cups, Judgment, Three of Wands. It's not as serious. Did he show good judgment? But can they prove that he was a part of what was going on that day? He has allies in the military. He has people who will back him up, but more information here on the Flynn brothers. Let's see here. Two of Cups. Seven of Cups. Two of Wands. There's definitely investigations going on. Charles didn't separate. He didn't help pull the insurrectionists out. Flynn was pushing all kind of ridiculous theories to Trump. Yeah. We have not heard the last of the Flynns. Certainly one of them. Okay. Frida Smith had a very interesting question. So at 125. Will there be anxiety after the 2022 elections? Basically, will we have the election and then It'll be like, okay, that's what that is. And we're moving forward. Sorry, my stomach's growling. After the 2022 election, will there be anxiety? Or will it be like, okay, we're moving on? Joe, it's a good pumpkin. I can see Alfie. After 2022, well, what will the mood in the U.S. be like after the election, the 2022 election? Okay, that's America. A lot of women voting. A lot of people voting, okay? Seven of Wands, so on the defensive. They're far right on the defensive, but Page of Wands, still their message. Three of Pentacles. There's the World. And the Eight of Pentacles. Will there be anxiety? It's just this little onion man here. Because Republican policies are stinky. This little onion man here, he's got kind of a manic look in his eyes. Whatever will work. If it doesn't work, they'll find something else. If they can't stop the voters, they'll find something else. They were on the defensive, but that won't stop them from pushing their message, and they're planning on blocking things, but the election happens, and then it's done, and okay, we'll work on something else. We'll find another way to regain power, to gain power. That's what it feels like. Let me double check. Hello, Alan. I hope Sydney is treating you well. Bill says a Bannon look in his eyes. All right, after the 2022 election, will there be a lot of anxiety in the country? I keep getting climate energy. More and more talk about climate. Six of Wands. Far right victory. That's the card for the reading. That's what they're after. Empress. That's America, who's actually going to be the ones to decide. Nine of Wands. People on the far right. People on the far right being very beaten up by what they've been through. Ace of Cups, Democrats. That's a Democratic win. This is, we're expecting, the right wing, we're expecting victory. The reality is you're exhausting. We're tired. We've lost too many people. You're patrolling a fence that we've had nothing but grief from. So America is going to vote Democratic, and this is the beginning of a new election cycle, new governing cycle until 2024. That's what I'm getting. We shall see. All right. I have read on many things today, much more than 12, but here we are. Thank you so much. And thank you for the airline stuff. That was funny. You guys are hysterical. All right. So that's going to do it for me here. However, at the Tone in Chicago, it will be 1:38 p.m. ding, at 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. I am lucky enough, I'm going to be on the Way of Positive Change with Lori, and we're going to read. We're going to read there, and then when I'm done with that, I will be over at Book Art Media. Link is in the description box to do Creative Sprints. So, because I have a book coming out at the beginning of December, and anyway, but I'm really looking forward to spending time with Lori. And thank you guys. All right, hang in there. There are good days ahead. There are. Promise, promise, promise. So, and from us, the kitties, from me, and the little vampire kitty with teeth, his little teeth. I love the little teeth. And the headless kitty is adorable. I love this thing. Oh, those who came in late, the little mummy kitty down here. It's so cute. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.